Hello, everybody. Welcome to BSG Annual 2021 yet again. I will be interviewing these wonderful gentlemen, runners of Final Fantasy I, and both staff members of BSG as well. Hello and welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello there. And
I
if you want to guess which game we're running soon, well,
Absolutely. So, let's just get right into the first question and ask about the game itself. Since you guys have done this race several times before together, and you've also run other games, but what is it about specifically this one that makes you keep coming back to it?
Fox, you want to take this one?
yeah, definitely. Final Fantasy One is a very special run to both of us. But for me, it was my very first RPG speedrun I did. I actually learned it because I saw Crrool run it at BSG at some point, and he was like, "There will be a tournament soon that you can learn the speedrun in one day," which I actually did. So
Yeah, absolutely. The game is very easy. It's very marathon safe because there's really not that much that can go wrong. It's a pretty chill run because there aren't really a lot of things like RNG can screw you over, but never badly enough that it becomes a massive problem.
All right, cool. I've also heard from people that you guys apparently run different routes in the game.
yeah.
Could you
Yes.
tell us something about that?
Yeah, so I'll be running a very old route that nowadays isn't really used anymore, but it can still get competitive times. And mainly the difference is Box will get a lot more items that'll make it easier for him to run from enemies, which takes a little bit of time to do, but it usually saves you all of that time and a little bit more back. Whereas I will not be doing that, so I'll be investing less time in getting those items, with the risk that I have a bigger chance of being screwed over by RNG.
So there's a lot of risk involved in it.
Yeah, well, there is recently there's also been a lot of innovation on the route. They actually do an entirely different route nowadays, which skips a huge side quest that both of our routes actually do. But it's a lot more risky. But the times have been dropping as a result, actually. So it's an interesting thing to note. But up until recently, there's one other route that has been done using black mages. I'll be using the so-called white mage route. Black mage route purchases spells for a black mage and uses it to kill the enemies. The white mage route actually gets items that allow the white mage to kill enemy encounters quicker. And the classical route makes actually use of one item to kill enemies alone, but it has a lengthy animation. So if you have really bad encounter RNG, then yeah, you lose more time using the route that Crrool uses. But the man tends to be a bit lucky in races, so
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the classic route has beaten the newer, technically safer and more consistent route on many occasions. So it
Yeah,
is the technically slower route, but that doesn't have to mean everything.
there there at the point where you have the menus down, it's really all how many encounters are you getting and what encounters you're getting, how long it will take. It's not like for instance, I ran FF2 earlier that week. For that, you have dungeons where you actually have to save after every encounter. You don't have to do that in FF1. It's just that the encounters will either cost you a whole lot of time or no time at all, basically.
Gotcha. Cool. So I've also noticed that Final Fantasy I has been released on a whole heap of platforms over many, many years. So why specifically the PSP version of this game?
Mox, I'll let you start with that because I know the follow-up, I believe, is going to be more aimed at me. So
Nah, the PlayStation Portable version is the fastest release in terms of the any percent routes aside from the NES. The NES, you can glitch the game heavily, and then you are done within 10 minutes, I believe.
I believe that's only on the Famicom version specifically,
Yeah,
to specify even more.
NES, Famicom, the really old release.
Mhm.
This one doesn't per se have glitches that allow you to skip things, but we have a very overpowered equipment glitch. So basically, we're overpowered about 1 minute into the game, and that allows us to go through the game much faster. Because in other more glitchless routes, you would grind the enemies a lot more. I do believe that recently, a few weeks ago, the Pixel remaster of FF1 released, and they have broken the game open as well. Last week, I saw they actually managed to find a boss skip, and they used it to skip chaos, or
Nice.
specifically turn chaos into 8 goblins, which is an encounter you can actually run away from and end the game.
All right.
It can be as simple as that sometimes.
So specifically for Crrool, you've ran other versions of Final Fantasy 1 as well. What do you think are the most notable differences other than what Box mentioned?
Yeah, I
Gameplay,
mean,
story, other things.
the main difference is the equipment glitch. Here we have overpowered items, the other ones do not. Therefore, here we don't have to grind basically. It's and while the route through the dungeons, they don't actually change that much. I think the biggest difference is probably the fact that you have to grind to level 33 with the white mage to get certain spells. Otherwise, you just don't heal enough. It does get a few extra items here and there, but nothing too notable outside of like I said, it's this way it's a lot less glitched, or a lot more glitched, and because of that, just significantly faster.
All right, excellent. You guys have also done a variety of other races together. For instance, Octopath Traveler, Pokemon Let's Go. Do you have any other plans for racing games in the future?
I'm all. I'm all up for it. We Let's Go was a co-op. I remember.
Yeah, that was
Ah,
co-op.
gotcha.
But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
we've done things together on many times, and I am sure this is not going to be the last one.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, Final Fantasy One. It's most of the time playful banter. We're roughly equals in the game. So it's always fun to just clash swords every now and then.
All right. Yeah. Other than that, I want to know how's the event been from the organizer side.
It's lovely actually.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of prep, both from our end as well as from all of the staff that's just been trying to get everything working, and to see all of that come to fruition is very cool.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on behind the scenes. All of the volunteers doing an amazing job. Tech hosting, the interview crew, the scheduling team, the runners. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of work is being done, and it really shows on screen because it's really a really good event, and we've already raised so much money so far. So that is really nice to see as an organizer.
So, from the viewer/runner points on the event, how's that been for you guys?
I had some fun. I had some fun. I witnessed the Dago dance earlier.
I mean, I've tuned in quite a lot over the past few days, and every time it's just been running smooth, and there've always been cool runs going on. So it's been fun to watch. I've had it on in the background for a lot of it, but definitely a fun marathon.
And definitely a lot to watch back, I suppose, since
Yeah.
it's been going
Yeah.
24/7.
Good thing we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/BSG Marathon, and you can subscribe to find one new video. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But yeah,
Exactly.
there's a good chance I'm gonna have to look up some runs once they get uploaded to YouTube.
For sure.
Yeah,
And sorry, Box?
It's been fun, both as a viewer, as a runner, or being on the commentary seat. Yesterday was also a lot of fun. Uh,
Hmm.
Seeing it from all the angles is really a lot of fun for me this week.
So one question left, you guys. Since you run similar games a lot, do you feel any competitive nature towards each other at times?
Sometimes.
It's. I mean, I would lie if I say it wouldn't be competitive at all. Because if you're gonna race, then you should be in it to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Box and me, we've had our back and forths many a time, both just in friendly races and in tournaments. So,
As well as on
yeah.
the big stage of ESA.
Oh, yeah, that too. So, yeah, no, there's definitely some competitive nature to it.
Excellent,
This
awesome. Now,
record is, however, not too much in my favor, unfortunately. I've only won once on, I
I mean,
think.
you won on the big stage, so
Yeah.
the biggest stage we've had, you won that one, and I won most of the other ones, I think, yeah. But
Yeah, like
then
I s-
again, that could change today, honestly.
Yeah.
still a lot of back and forth thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. So one final note: you guys have a naming incentive for the run coming up?
That we do.
Mhm.
We've got the white mage and black mage names, the warrior and the thief names. All of those characters are going to be used. So yeah, that's going to happen right at the start of the game, like right before we start up. That we'll put in those names. So
Black Mage's rule.
So you guys definitely gotta have to get some donations in to get the
I
names
believe
going.
once this next run starts, we have about like 22 minutes until
Oh
that
yeah.
incentive gets closed.
So now is the time to snipe. Other than that, I'd say thank you both so much for doing this interview, allowing me to talk to you guys for a little over 10 minutes, and I think we can close it off on that. Any final words?
Well, thank you for having us, and looking forward to it.
Thank you for having
Cheers.
us, and good luck with the last preparations.